Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Actually, I wrote a note on my presentation, but I can see my laptop, so this is to be or not to be. I'm trying to represent my study about the reliability of a common digital body scale to determine body composition. So this is the problem that we have today. As we know that the world is facing a global epidemic of obesity, and as you know, as a consequence for the obesity, we will facing a lot of increase in non-communicable diseases. This is the top three of the non-communicable diseases consisted of cardiovascular diseases, cancer, and also diabetes. And we know that all of these diseases will lead to the global death, and it contributes to 71% of the global death around the world. And don't forget to mention about the increase of proportion that caused by non-communicable diseases in low and middle countries such as our country in Indonesia. And for controlling the diseases, it is just like as easy as it gets. Maybe we just control the energy in and the energy out. Some people tend to try exercising regularly, routinely, anytime, anywhere. That is me anyway. And some people are trying to maintain their food intake by the suggested proportion, by the government, the Kementerian Kesehatan. But do we know that our effort was succeeded? We should try to measure our body weight. It is the simplest way actually. We just weighting our body weight at home, and also measures the waist circumference or the skin fold thickness. But the interpretation for all these methods were only for the BMI interpretation. So we have limitation on the BMI interpretation. The technology was made another advancing technology, such as this body index analyzer. This body index analyzer was based on biometrical impedance analyzing. And as we know that this device is not a golden standard to measure the body composition. And we know that the golden standard to measure the body composition was this dual X-ray absorptiometry, or called DEXA. But unfortunately, this device is much expensive, and it is nearly impossible for us to get at home. So the problem of this device was, can we rely on the BIA, the body index analyzer device, to measure our body composition domestically at home? And as you can see that in the interval of 95% confidence interval, we see that there is zero, so there is no significant differences between the first and the second examination of body fat, visceral fat, and also skeletal muscle. And the black outline plot has a strong analysis in measure the LOA, or limits of agreement. So the limits of agreement of body fat was 12.52, and also the visceral fat 9.17, and skeletal muscle was 2.2. As we can see, the black outline plot, we'll see the difference between, we see the agreement between two numerical variables, and the narrower will be the better. So as we can see that the BIA device has narrowest limit of agreement in the skeletal muscle compared to body fat and visceral fat, although we can still use the device to measure the body fat and the visceral fat. This is the black outline plot that was conducted, and we can see that there were subjects that located far beyond the limit of agreement. So the conclusion was, this common digital body can be used as a reliable device to measure muscle and fat loss as well. This study was sponsored by Industry Medical Faculty Research Unit. Thank you, Ibu. And this study was part of Medical Faculty Lifestyle Cohort. That's all from me. Thank you for now. I'm sorry for any mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I cannot compare with the golden standard due to the expensive device, and we don't have it. So we can't have any sensitivity or specificity or likelihood ratio, yeah, likelihood positive or likelihood negative. So no. So according to the title, this is only testing about the reliability, not validity. Thank you very much for taking this good question. And the second question was?
How about the sensitiveness?
Okay, we cannot measure it because we can compare it to the golden standard.